Hello guys, right, quick video today, very quick I think. Just going to have a quick look through the bulkhead just to show you what we've got and what I'm going to have to do with it, and some areas you might want to look at on yours if you've got a Puma, because this one is starting to rust, but nothing serious, but a few sort of areas where there's very little paint, so obviously it's going to rust, and also there's a few areas there where there's been some repairs to it, which is disgusting, being that it's a brand new one owner vehicle. It came from the factory like it because I bought it new. And also there's a couple of areas that are wear points by looking at where things have been rubbing. So let's have a quick look through. We'll start over here. If you look on here, I mean, all the top on here is great, this seal is good and everything. I'm going to price up this seal before I start ripping it off, because I know I was looking the other day, some of them could be like £100, so I'll see what they are before I start taking that apart. We can see around the hinges here there's some rusting there from where the hinge has been rubbing, so that's going to have to be dealt with. And then basically all under here, it's a bit, the paint's very thin, so we may have to go in there. This green you can see is just a moss build up. Coming on down, we'll talk more about this later, but you can see these welds here rather than just spot welds. This is my scraper, my cutter that I use. It takes a razor blade, and I use this for cutting silicone out and stuff. I'm going to have to cut all these seals out and replace them. I've put some silicone softener around here to soften the silicone, to scrape it out easier. So basically, yeah, obviously we're going to have rust on these threads here where the nuts go. We've got rust down here where this goes. Looking down here, you can see this is the bracket here, which will show you where we're looking at. This is the sort of forward side of the footwell, and you can see we've got rust down here around the edges of this, so, and the edges of this bracket here, that's the clutch pipe bracket I think, so we're going to have to deal with that. That's not good. Around the sides, really clean. I did wax oil this when I bought it new, so all this up here is all full of wax oil. Just come back a bit with the camera. This is all full of wax oil all down here, all done. So all down here on the supports are all good. Around the inside you can see the paint here is very thin. Got a little bit of rust starting there under that sealer, so we're going to have to get that out and have a look. A little bit of rust up here. Maybe they've scratched it when they put the pedal box in or something, I don't know, but it's nothing much to worry about. And obviously same down here again, we've got this bracket that supports the fender, and that's rusty as well. Going around here, this is something I noticed which should be a concern. It looks like part of the, if I should come back and show you where we are, you can see this is the top of the sort of curve on the door, on the wing. The wing comes along like this, and you can see that here the wing has been rubbing, and it started to rub through. So you can see it started to rust there, so I've caught that in time. Again, going down the side, we've got a bit of rust on the spot weld here. And all these bits of rust, guys, are nothing, but this is how it starts, and then you end up with the exponential stuff you can't keep up with. But other than that, it's all pretty good. Again, we've got rust in here where the hinge has been rubbing, and there is a bit of rust underneath on here. Oh no, it's not, it's just dirt. I thought it was rust. So there we go. So I'm going to turn the camera off now, turn it up the other way, and then we'll show you underneath. Okay, start at the top, working down. We've now got the bulkhead, as you can see, up on its side, and Jess is playing with the pond. You see, as I said, these brackets that hold the fenders on, they're starting to rust, and that's where the water gets in there and it just starts to rust. So we're going to grind all that out. We'll get some rust treatment on there, and then we'll put some sealant around that, I think, to seal it in. If you remember, I did mention before, I think mine was a Friday afternoon car, they put the screws down, these square plastic plugs that go on the floor, they put the screws down the sides, and that's obviously started to rust. There's some rust starting here, look. Again, on this side, you've got some rust down inside this mounting hole bracket here, again where the screws have been put through the sides. Got some rust starting here. So I know that you restoring guys are going to be like, oh my god, that's nothing, and it is nothing, but as I say, this is how it all starts. So yeah, got something there, just staining or something, but you can see down on there we've got a bit of clean up and painting to do. If you're looking at passenger's footwell, as you can see on the inside, it's all good, other than this bottom edge. We've got the screws, and then over here on the driver's side footwell, you can see we've got rust starting in there, so that all needs a good injection of wax after it's painted. Get it all cleaned up. Jess wants to have a look as well. Look, she's going to climb around on it. All up under here is good. All up here is good. All around here is good. Jess has just put wet footprints everywhere. Something I did notice here, this isn't very nice at all. You can see here these tubes on the inside don't line up properly, and we have got rust starting, proper flaky rust under the paint there. So caught that just in time. That's obviously been leaking through that bracket, and hence the water's run down and started rust behind there, look. So you can see all that's wax all run down there. That's where I've sprayed it all up inside. This here is actually a hollow section. On the Pumas you don't have the flaps obviously, so good to get wax oil inside there if you can, which I'm going to be doing now before the bulkhead goes back on. But the main thing I want to show you on here is, look at this. This is upside down now, but this is where you should have spot welds like this, where the inner and outer skins go together. As you can see, as we come across, you can see it's been welded up by a three-legged dog by the look of it. And this is from the factory, and this is what Land Rover's quality care is like. This is what their customer care is like. I hope you're watching this, Land Rover, because this is disgusting. I paid a lot of money for this thing off you, and this is just absolutely disgusting. I wonder what the managing director would think if I showed him. He probably wouldn't give two hoots, but I just think it's absolute crap. So yeah, look at that. And they can't use the excuse of, oh, it's been in an accident and been repaired, because as I say, I bought this brand new, so this is how it's come from the factory. Isn't that disgusting? What a complete mess. Horrible. So there we go. So that's my quick review of the bulkhead. What I'm going to do is go and get some Keswick green mixed up, and what I'm tempted to do is to do all this work, and I'll spray the complete inside and then the underbonnet area on the outside, so it's got a decent coat of paint on it, and then when it does get water on it, it won't just start to rust again. Like you can see here, the paint's so thin, it's just something's rubbed it and it's just started to rust. So all good. A little bit down there as well, you can see. So we'll get to all that. Anyway, I'm going to get it pressure washed and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.